Hello everybody, Captain Marty here on Thursday, July the 9th. And we had a lot of squalls move through the area the last couple days. It gave us some much needed rain, and so far we haven't had any major issues. But I do know that when you're offshore or you're out in a boat, you need to really be aware of when they're coming and have a plan B to move around them or to schedule your trip where it's not going to be a factor. But anyway, we're not here to talk about weather. We're here to talk about fishing, and I'll be back to do that in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Captain Jay Cudworth of the Kokomo with Paradise Dolphin Cruises at Safe Harbor Marina in Wanchese. I want to invite you to take a ride out on the Roanoke Sound to see the majestic bottlenose dolphins up close. As a native, I'll be telling you stories from these waters as a boy growing up in Wanchese. Nature and history have combined to make this area unique, and I love sharing this special place with special people. So come on aboard with me and my crew and experience the real beauty of the Outer Banks. For more information, go online to ParadiseDolphinCruises.com. Again, this is Captain Jay. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Set sail for an unforgettable Outer Banks adventure with Aficionado Charters. Perfect for families, beginners, and seasoned anglers alike, their experienced crew makes every trip fun and exciting. With top-tier fishing gear and advanced safety technology, you'll head offshore in search of incredible catches like tuna, mahi-mahi, sailfish, and the oh-so-coveted marlin. As one of the longest operating charter boats on the East Coast, they know where the fish are biting. Plan your next adventure today at aficionadocharters.com and get ready to reel in the fun.
So the Hatteras fleet is just very consistent in their meat fishing right now. The blackfin tuna bite is good for them almost every day. And they get what they want of those, and then they go looking for a dolphin bite, dolphin or mahi. They had some that were bigger than Baylor's, I noticed yesterday, in several catches. So a Baylor dolphin is 3 to, let's say, 5 or 6 pounds. And they're called bailers because you literally bail them at the back of the boat. Once you get one on as a decoy, the rest will follow right along. It's better than any kind of fishing you can ever imagine. Where can you go and hook one fish and leave it in the water? Which, by the way, don't dare take it out of the water until the mate tells you, because if you do, the whole school will leave. But you leave it right there, and then all the rest of them follow along. And as long as you leave one or two in the water, just one by one, you can catch up to your limit, which is 50 or 60 fish for a charter boat. It's just really neat. And then every once in a while, a big one will come through regular trolling means. And I saw a 49-pounder caught yesterday. That's a nice one. So there was the dolphin, there was the blackfin tuna, and every day, about every charter boat is catching 1 or 2 wahoo per day. And also the billfish bite has been good. Yesterday in the Hatteras and Oregon Inlet fleets, I didn't see the big catches we've been seeing, but it's still better than normal for this time of year. Inshore for our Hatteras fleet, not a whole lot going on. It's been a little bit challenging for them as they look for some puppy drum around the inlet. They're catching a few Spanish and a few bluefish. And then the Oregon Inlet fleet, my friend Barry Sawyer, Captain Barry, he had a nice catch yesterday of a couple yellowfins, couple blackfins, some mixed-sized mahi or dolphin. And then almost everybody in the fleet is tangling with the billfish. And it's kind of interesting because a couple of blue marlin a day. I mean, let me put it this way. A charter boat might catch 10 blue marlin in a season. That would probably be a pretty good season. But they've had catches all through this past week, the last 10 days, where there have been double grand slams, 3 blue marlin to a boat per day in some cases, and then a scattered white and a whole bunch of sailfish. We've had boats up to 15 of those in one day. And it is hit and miss. It's just the nature of the beast, but we like having them in the neighborhood as we're getting ready to approach our next tournament, which will be the Dare County Boat Builders Tournament, and that'll be the 22nd through the 25th of this month at Pirates Cove Marina. So we'll bring you up to date on that each and every day. Plus, you can listen live on that tournament, and I'll tell you how to do that when we get a little bit closer. Inshore for Oregon Inlet, it's tough fishing. There's been some sea bass, there's been some triggerfish, but all in all, around the inlet, it's been tough, really. Spanish mackerel and bluefish, when they happen to be cooperating, both of those species move around all the time. Their whole entire life, they're on the move. And so you got to find them and get on them when they're coming through. And it's been a little bit on the tough side. So now we'll jump over to the surf and pier report. And this is one of the areas where our report is not very good. A little bit on the scrappy side. I'd like to encourage you, though. Don't let me discourage you from going fishing just because I said it's not very good. It is picky, but there's plenty of bottom fish around. If you'll put in some time, get you some good fresh bait, fish early in the morning or late in the evening. The bottom fish that you would catch on bait would be a few puppy drum, a few black drum. There's some sea mullet. There's some spot. There's some croakers. Then on metal lures, you're liable to catch what's really the predominant fish in the surf right now and along the piers is the Spanish mackerel. Catching them on sting silvers and gotcha plugs. And they're doing the same thing with the bluefish. 2 to 3 pound bluefish seem to be fairly available. And you can catch a bluefish on cut bait as well. But that Spanish mackerel is keeping everybody happy right now. That's a fun way of fishing is catch, cast, and retrieve, where you throw a metal lure and then you work it back to you and you feel the strike when they hit it. So, pier and surf report, all about the same water temperatures from 74 to 78 degrees. And that's all I have for you on that. So we'll take a little break and I'll come back and talk to you about what's going on in the backcountry.
At Fishing Unlimited on the Nags Head Manio Causeway, not only can you get stocked up with all the bait, tackle, and amenities necessary to fish, but you can also be your own captain. That's right. At Fishing Unlimited, you can rent one of their spacious pontoon boats to go fishing, crabbing, dolphin watching, or just to cruise the Roanoke Sound. It's family fun at its finest. Half-day and full-day rentals are available. Be your own captain at Fishing Unlimited on the Nags Head Manio Causeway.
So the backcountry bite has improved a little bit, but it's not great. I talked to one of the guides out of Columbia today. Really hard to get squared away on the drum bite. It'll get better. I've been trying to beat around the bush a little bit and tell you that there are some big drum for the really accomplished guides that make a science out of it. But for the recreational, go out and have some fun, which really, you never know how it's going to work out. But the big drum bite is not as good as I was hoping it would be. The puppy drum bite for wade fishermen back at Hatteras Island has been okay. And also for some of our backcountry guides, some of those guides, like from Hatteras Harbor and Teach's Lair, they're dropping back in the sound and catching a few puppy drum, a few bluefish, and a few sheephead. But by and large, as I talk to the guys that are really spending the most time in places west of Oregon Inlet, back in the sound, behind Hatteras, behind Oak Creek, it's pretty picky, it sounds like. So again, I like to tell it like I see it. What is going on in the sound is not really fishing, but shrimping. It always kicks off around July 1st, and the shrimping is starting out good already. Now, a couple things why that's important. Number one, these waterman charters that several of the marinas offer, and they're also done privately. But these waterman charters are where you take your kids and you go out for 3 or 4 hours. You drag a shrimp trawl or you pull crab pots, and you do a day in the life of the waterman. And it's one of our fastest growing sections of the industry. I've never seen anybody on a waterman charter with kids that complained. Every one of them said it was the greatest thing going. So you might consider that. And the reason is, as they catch a lot of shrimp, you get to keep everything you catch. If it's blue crabs or shrimp or whatever you might catch. So consider a waterman charter. And then also shrimp, we're coming into the time when you really want to stock up on shrimp. This is the time of year for Madam Mesquite onions, sweet onions, and shrimp. And the shrimp you can buy, don't buy them at a grocery store. You want to go to the commercial fish houses, and they're all around our area, and buy shrimp right off the boat. Buy a 50-pound lot and head them yourself. There's nothing to heading the shrimp. You can do it with scissors, you can do it with your thumb, you can do it with some pruners. You can do it with a knife and a cutting board. All you got to do is cut the head off of them and freeze them, and you think 50 pounds. Well, once you head them, that comes out to be more like 35 pounds. The price is great. The taste is awesome, and the shrimp run is on. So I'll leave you with that little piece of advice. And that's really about all I have for you in today's report. I do hope that you'll get a chance to get out on the beach. And, of course, us locals, we know you don't want thunderstorms, but gosh, it seems like we're just out in the yard begging for them for our gardens. We need the rain. We are in severe drought, and we got a lot of crops in the fields, and we need to keep a little bit of rain each day. I think would help things out a lot. So anyway, that's my report for you. I hope you have a great day, and I do hope that the good Lord will bless you richly today.